Let's talk a little bit about times we are currently living in. I noticed that in spiritual communities, some people say that we are approaching some kind of, ascension, golden age, 5D dimension, while some others say that we are getting more and more into Kali Yuga, into more darker times, which are more bringing us in some kind of degradation morally and all kinds of way. So what is your take on this age we are living in? Is there a hope?
There is like a cosmic calendar, and they says we are in both the very bigger season of time, which is a winter season of Kali Yuga, where things get very degraded, things real quick, real fast. People say there's a golden age also, where there's a lot of, it's infused with spiritual wisdom. But I like to look at it as like the change of seasons. They'll always change. And our real question is, we have to be captains of the ship. And if there's rough waters, that makes for better sailors. In rough waters, you become a better sailor. So it's Kali Yuga. Things are crazy. It's extreme. You can find some organic olives growing in your yard, and then right down the road, you can go to KFC or McDonald's. You can find the junkiest, most unhealthy unfoods right next to right next to olives and passion fruit and tangerines and watermelons growing.
Everything is available.
Everything is at extremes, right? And I remember even in the 70s, you couldn't find healthy organic vegetables. It was just like they were not there. Everything was in a package or a can or in syrup. So we're in a time where it's getting extremely bad and extremely good. And you just got to choose. And a real key is you got to find people. You got to find people that you can relate to, and that you got to find people that are your friends and people that are your teachers, and you got to keep them real close to you. You got to keep them real close to you, and you got to talk to each other, and you got to communicate, and you got to hang out together. And you got to invite them to your house. You got to go to their house. You got to talk to them on the phone, because we alone are like twigs. We have a little bit of, we have weaknesses in this age. Kali Yuga brings out our weaknesses, and we're like twigs that can be snapped. We get tempted by so many things, and it like snaps us. It breaks our values. It breaks our spirit. It breaks our morals. But if you take 10 twigs together, it's hard to break 10 twigs. It's easy to break one twig. So you find a partner, you find a friend, you find a group of people that are that you bond with, that can give you support when you're low, and they can and you can lift them when they're low. It's about the company that we keep. That's what I mentioned earlier when I hung out with those Christians, because I knew the company that we keep, but it's important. The company that we keep creates us, and we need both friends and teachers in our life on a regular basis. And you might say, well, what do I do? I'm isolated. I live in the middle of nowhere. Then you find a podcast like the Atma podcast or Wisdom of the Sages or other good podcasts out there or other lectures on YouTube, etc. And you hear them on your downtime. And everybody's got downtime.
Yeah.
Whether you're driving to work or sometimes in the workplace. Somebody told me that they work in a toll booth. Means they collect the tolls from money driving the.
Yes.
So they said, I just do nothing all day but listen to Wisdom of the Sages all day long. I'm hearing the Bible. Cool. Yeah. So it's like you can. There's so many ways to infuse your consciousness with truth, and it brings out joy in your heart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's up to us.
Yeah, and no matter what
we cannot blame age.
Don't blame the season.
Yeah.
Just like a sailor, you can't blame the wind.
It's Kali Yuga, so what we can do.
You can't blame the wind. You just got to learn how to set your sail.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm not going to sit there yell at the wind, oh, it's Kali Yuga, what are we going to do? Just become an expert sailor. Don't blame the wind. Just set a better sail.
Yeah, I love that.